It's 6:40 in the morning. I got to work late last night. What happened was I fell asleep again after turning on the oven to preheat my dinner or to heat up my dinner. And so I fell asleep when I was supposed to be reading underneath my light. And so started the Sunday night. I got to work 2 hours late. And, I was sort of compensated for that because it was relatively busy until about 1 o'clock. And then between 1 and 4 o'clock, nothing happened. I mean, nothing. No business at all. And since 4 o'clock, I've had like 7 trips. And now it's only 6:40. So I've done okay. I've done over $250, which is okay for a Sunday night, considering that 3-hour break in the middle of it. So yeah, things are going good. And yeah, look at this daylight. I haven't stayed out this late in a while. Oh, actually, I did, I think, once last week, didn't I? Something like that. It's all becoming a great big blur. Not a lot of traffic. I think I might just call it right now. If I don't get another call by the time I get to the gas station, I'm just going to go to the gas station. Fuel up. Park it. Tonight's another night. Second car in zone 12. Yeah. How many cars do we have on now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 cars. Yuck. I liked it when there was like 5 or 6. Now we've got 13 and quite a few of them are sitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half of them are busy. Okay. Yeah, maybe this is time for me to exit Stage North. You're turning in here, and you're going straight. Okay. Yeah, there's starting to be traffic on the roads too. Not a lot, really, but there is a bit of traffic. Yeah, I'm just gonna... It's been all right. If I stay out too late, then I won't be able to get to sleep early enough to wake up on time, and yeah, it throws the whole thing out of whack. Oh, the Monday night is just ending. The time is now 6:20 a.m. I worked from about 6:22 p.m. till now it's 6:20 a.m. I've been out for 12 whole hours, and I made about $210 total, gross, tips and all. It was slow, mostly slow, and I just hung out and did what I could. And at one point I was sent to an old motel, which isn't really a motel anymore. It's low-income housing. And I was sent there to pick someone up. And she got in and gave me a voucher with a health authority's logo on it. And it said that in Victoria to call Yellow Cab. This is not Yellow Cab. This is Victoria Taxi. We are not Yellow Cab. So she hands me this voucher. She says, I have a voucher. And I say, well, this is not a voucher for our company. So I don't believe I can accept this, but I'm going to call my dispatcher and find out. So I called the dispatcher, and he says, well, if it says their name on it, Yellow Cab, then we shouldn't be accepting it. I said, well, I'll call you a Yellow Cab to the customer. And she got all I don't know, upset. And I go, well, you know, it says the voucher's for yellow cab. I might not get paid if I take you and accept this thing. But you know, I had to explain to her, you know, this is not yellow cab. You should have called yellow cab to do this job. So anyway, after being on the phone with the dispatcher, and she was crying even, I said, well, I'll call you a yellow cab. So I called the yellow cab, and the yellow cab people said, yeah, we'll put her in the queue because there are not many people, there are not many cabs on the road. I said, yeah, we don't have many cabs on the road either, but we're managing to do stuff, you know. Anyway, it's a much more marginal existence than it was before, but I'm, you know, hanging in there, and I'm able to live more cheaply than I have been doing before. I can be frugal too, you know. Well, I'm gonna go for a walk because I need some exercise, and I don't know, this is dragging on and dragging on. I fell asleep about 12 times tonight trying to watch videos, and halfway through a video I'd always fall asleep, even if the video was only like 10 minutes long. You know, after 4 or 5 minutes out of it I'd be out. Anyway, I'm at the place where I usually park, and that is all. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, the time is now 6:20 a.m. I had a really bizarre thing happen. Well, a couple of bizarre things. I took some boys to Langford by way of anyway, they went out to Happy Valley Road and by way of Langford, and the fare ended up being $43 and some cents. Now, I generally, they were half falling asleep and half not making any sense, and it was, I thought I wasn't going to get paid. And then one of them coughed up $20 when we were on our way. When we were in Langford, one of them coughed up $20. But the fare went up to like 43, and the other guy paid with his Interac card. But from the beginning to the end of this fare, I didn't know where we were going or what was happening or what was going on. At one point, they said, we want to go to Souk. And I said, okay, that'll be $70 up front, because I don't take, you know, sketchy kids out to Souk without money first, because I've been burned enough times doing that. $70 fare, you know. So anyhow, I was glad that that was over, but it wasn't over yet. I had a couple shorter trips, and then I got sent to out of town, a ways out of town, and it said wait at the end of the driveway, call when there. Okay, I called when I was there, and I waited for a while for somebody to come down. Finally, I see this flashlight coming at me. See this flashlight coming at me, and it's this girl. She gets in and she says, we have to make 2 stops. And she gives me 1 stop, and I said, oh yeah, I picked up okay, and then the next stop is going to be this other address. I said, well, that's interesting, because I picked up somebody at the first one earlier tonight, and I dropped him off at the second of those addresses. And she says, oh. And she described the customer, and I said, yep, that would be him. Anyways, so she went to the first address, and she says, I'm just gonna get something in the house and come back out, and we'll go to the other address. I said, okay, fine. She doesn't come out for 45 minutes. And I was surprised. I just let the meter go. It came out to $56 when she came back after 45 minutes and said, oh, yeah, I just have to get the things I came to get. Okay. Now I paused the meter. It was at $56. She went back in the house, and I thought she's coming back again. Made me wait half an hour. Fortunately, I had the phone number of the guy who she was gonna go see after that. And it was the customer that I took between those two addresses earlier that night. So I had his phone number, but I did not have hers. After she made me wait another half hour, I called him, my first customer, the customer that I had earlier. And I said, I don't know what's going on. She's just keeping me waiting here. She hasn't paid me. She came out of the house one time, and now she went back in. And what's going on? And he says, I'll call you back. I'll find out what's going on, and I'll call you back. So after about 15 minutes, another cab pulls up behind me, and it's him getting out of that other cab. And I just told him, look, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Yeah, he goes in the house, and she comes out and says, I have $20, and I'll be right back. So she comes back out and says, there's another 10 from my friend. And okay, so now I've been waiting all this time, and some of the time with the clock on. And she says, yeah, you've been fucked. I said, yes, I have. Thoroughly. And I gave her a receipt for the $30. I gave her my phone number. She gave me her phone number. So, according to what's on the clock, I'm owed another $26. They just didn't have it. They didn't have a bank card or something. Whatever. I don't expect to see the money. I'm just glad that this is over. I waited for an hour and a half in front of this house. And apparently they were having a fight in the house, and this girl was trying to keep it calm and break it up, and I don't know what. I really don't know what. Anyway, that ordeal is over. So I had two. Oh, and there was another one. You know, at one point, I'm gonna call it quits. I've had enough. I made $300 tonight anyway, and that includes the $30 that I just got from this chick. I had another incident earlier. I got sent to an address, and I was sent to number 15 in a townhouse complex. So I called the phone number, and I said, I'm right outside. She says, no, you're not. I said, yes, I'm right outside. She said, I'm outside unit 15 where it said I was supposed to go. She says, well, I'm at unit number 10, and I'm right outside, and I don't see you. I said, okay, fine, I'll be right there. I went there. She says, I just got to get some shoes on. Goes back in the house. Comes out again, and then she says, turn around. So I turned around and I waited. I didn't like her attitude. Anyways, her friend comes out and says, my friend will be going to such and such an address. I said, okay, fine. She goes back in the house. A few minutes later, she comes back out again and says, I'm sorry, my friend's not going anywhere. I said, that's okay with me, fine. So I didn't go anywhere. I didn't take her anywhere. But when I was bringing the girl who came down the hill with the flashlight to the first address where I picked up an earlier customer, she calls me on the phone, the one in that parking lot there. So I called the dispatcher and I said, look, I'm sorry, I can't, I have this other call. This customer is calling me to come pick her up. Can you send her a cab, please? Because I can't do it. I'm busy right now. And he said, okay, fine. while I was waiting for the girl to come out of the house, dispatcher calls me and asks, is everything okay? I said, yeah, things are fine. She's supposed to be coming out. He said, oh yeah, and you might be getting another call from that other girl. I said, well, why? What for? Well, it looks like she has no money. I've talked to her twice on the phone already, and it looks like she has no money. I said, well, yeah, I figured. And this one didn't have enough money. Oh, man, I can't wait for this COVID bullshit to be over, because I'm getting really tired of people being flaky and broke and stupid and ridiculous. And fighting. I'm at the car wash now. I'm going to wash the car. And that's because, oh, that one's closed. I'll go through this other stall. Okay. Another day. I just had a Wednesday night somewhere in the $300 ballpark. That means somewhere, you know, between $290 and $310 or something like that. I didn't count it exactly, but it's about there. It was okay. I had some good luck. Nothing as crazy as last night, or, you know, like Tuesday night was insane. It was a shit show towards the end, but this one went relatively smooth and relatively good, and can't complain at all. I'm just going home now, and I'm going to go for a walk and have my breakfast or dinner, whatever you want to call it. Then I'm gonna go get a few groceries. Not much, because I got most of what I need. I'm just gonna get some water. We still can't use the reverse osmosis water machine. We have to buy bottled water, so I'm gonna have a lot of empty plastic bottles to take back to recycling. And then, oh yeah, I gotta get my medication. Gotta get my medication for another month. They won't let me have 3 months of medication anymore. I have to buy 1 month at a time. I was just sleeping. And then I was awakened. I fell asleep watching a video and woke up watching the same video still. So I don't think I slept for long. Time is now 6:15. So yeah. I quit at 6:05. Fueled up. Not going to the bank this morning because I need the money to buy groceries and medication and stuff. So there you go. One more night to go this week. Oh, I'm tired. Right now it's 8:24 in the morning on Friday. Now there's a reason for me being out this late and still up and still working. You see, I blame it all on the pharmacy, because the pharmacy used to be 24 hours and I could get my prescriptions anytime. But because the grocery stores now close at 8, I can't go at 10 to get groceries in the evening. So I had to go in the morning. So I went Thursday morning to get my groceries. I got my groceries, and then I had to pick up a package from Purolator at their depot. So I went there at 9, and I had to kill some time. I had time to kill because my next stop was the pharmacy, which is now open only at 10 o'clock until 5 in the afternoon, and it used to be 24 hours. Now with this whole virus scare, everything is less convenient than it used to be. So I got my groceries and I got my pills, but they only give me 1 month instead of 3 at a time. They've just changed everything around and made everything less convenient. So I got my pills, then I got home and I finally was able to fix myself something to eat. I fixed myself something to eat. I ate it. I watched a few videos, and I was ready for bed at 2 in the afternoon. Now my alarm goes off at 4 to wake me up. I wasn't going to wake up at 4 o'clock, so I just shut the alarm off and went to sleep naturally. I naturally slept a beautiful, refreshing, restful 6 hours. That's a lot more sleep than I usually get. So I slept 6 hours. I woke up naturally. Oh shit. Road closed ahead. Yeah, this is daytime. I think I can make a left turn somewhere down here. Is this it? No, there's got to be a... There it is. There's my street out of here. Okay. Right, so up this hill here. Hopefully the phone doesn't flop over. I had, yeah. Anyway, by the time I got to work, it was 11:15, or 10:43 to be exact. So, I have, since nobody else is driving this car, nobody's driven this car all month except for me. Maybe it's 5 weeks now. I'm the only one who drives it. And so there's nobody on the car in the daytime. So I'm getting my 12 hours. Like I said, it's 8:27 now. So I can work a couple more hours without any problems. And maybe I'll do so. Maybe I'll get tired of working. I don't know. I still feel pretty awake. That 6 hours of sleep was real good to me. And with the bright sun shining, it's not making me sleepy at all. I'm quite awake, quite wide awake now. After almost 10 hours on the road. And I've got about $320 on. After 10 hours, that's good. That's a good average. Even though at one time, for about an hour and a half, I didn't have any business. It was busy before that, and it's been quite steady since. Even though there's less traffic on the roads than there usually would be, I still don't like the daytime traffic. Yeah, well, mine's going pretty good. I hope yours is better than mine.